And there's also, if you go back to source here, there's a crop function, so you can manually crop it exactly the size that you need, which is different than the formatting, because the formatting changes like the whole size or squeezes, basically stretches or squeezes it, and the cropping, crops it. So if you did need it, if you didn't need the video a certain size, then you can just use the crop button to crop it down. Okay. Let's see. You do have the option, once you create a preset of something that you're going to be using constantly, you can save your own custom preset. That was the important one, but for the first one, just choose a name, and there's if you have any filter settings, you can save those as well. That was the first option in filters, and just give it a name and hit OK. Okay. All right, and once we're done, we can just again we'll just hit OK. And once you have all your settings set up, you want to check your output to see where it's saving it. You can see it's called sequence01.f4v. It was an MP4 file, MPEG-4 file, and now it's converting it to a F4V file. You might want to just double check this to make sure it's saving the right location by just clicking on that link. In this case it is, so we can hit cancel or save. And then you have a status that lets you know it's waiting. Basically it's waiting for us to hit the start queue button, which will actually process the file. So we'll do that, hit start queue. Okay, when you hit start queue, it shows you your sequence, your timing, and then the estimated remaining time. So this lets you know whether you can get a cup of coffee and come back, or it's only going to be a couple minutes. So we have 3 minutes. Does anybody have questions so far?
Yes.
Okay.
This particular video does not have audio, so you can add audio, your own separate audio to the video.
Sure. Well, it would be a separate
thing that you import.
Yeah, a separate audio component that you import into Flash.
Okay.
And have that run as well. Or the best way to do it would be to edit the audio with the video when you created it. But
exactly.
It depends on what kind of audio you're talking about. If you're talking like a voiceover for a Flash file, then
right.
that would be a different file that you'd import into Flash.
Okay. And also too, that the yellow scrub, you can sorry my voice, shorten the video time.
Yeah.
Say a client gives you like, oh, you only have like 30 seconds of time duration. Can you actually just enter 30 seconds and it'll automatically?
You don't want to do that because you want to manually control what 30 seconds are available.
Right. That I
but it does tell you what the duration is on there. So as you're lowering
you can
it,
see how long duration you have to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'd want to control it manually because otherwise it would just randomly pick 30 seconds.
Yeah, it'll like just do the first 30 seconds versus you want to put
somewhere in the middle.
At the end. Okay.
But yeah, it's real basic. Editing is picking that basic in and out point. But if you wanted to fine tune it, you'd have to have video software to edit it, like Premiere or something.
Right. Okay.
What's a typical file size of a very simple, like 30-second thing that has video or maybe audio to it?
What? You generally, it can range. It depends on the file. I mean, you can go from just a couple megabytes to 20 megabytes, depending on how large the file is, the actual size, how much motion's in it, how important the file is. It's a real important piece, and you want to keep as much of the integrity as you can. Then it would be pretty higher. But if it's just real basic motion, real subtle, it could be down to just a couple megabytes. It all depends. hard to answer.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables.
Usually you get a target size from the client.
Uh-huh.
They would say you need to keep it under this or around this, and then you would just tweak it, try to maintain that.
Now the video itself, let's say, can you, like in Photoshop, can you actually adjust the coloring of it? Color correct it, or say if it's dark, you can brighten it, or if it's blown out.
Yeah, it is when it imports into Flash, it becomes a movie clip. So technically, you could do very basic stuff to it, but
right. Just maybe
not ideal.
That's not.
Yeah, it's just basic brightness,
right?
And changing the color, what you can do in Flash, but that would usually be done in a video editing application.
Okay.
Yep, done. Okay. Now this is done, we just quit it. And then let's see. Now just hit the browse button and we're going to find the file. Where'd it go?
Did it save to somewhere else?
Let me just check real quick. Where you should move about all the red?
Yes. 63 gigs. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's odd.
Where'd it go?
It didn't actually save the file. This file is actually an H.264 file, so I can just find that H.264 file and import it, but
What is H.264?
it's just a file format. It's a QuickTime file format.
Oh.
It came out a few years ago, and it's kind of the format of choice for doing web video and stuff. Just gonna find that one. I'm not sure. I could,
You said
we could-
Adobe Media Encoder again.
It's got a open application.
Go to file and see what happens.
It says it's in the class file. So right location, Y, class files. It should be right in that. Oh, let's see. Just right there. Should be right here. And it's not showing up. So I could either, recompress it and wait another 5 minutes, or we can actually use that file, the sequence one, because it is a supported format. I've created it in a supported format, so just hit next. Otherwise, I would go through and actually recompress it, and hopefully it would take this time, which is weird. I don't know if it's because it's going over the server or not on the. It's not saving to the desktop if that was something, but that shouldn't be an issue. Could be just a random glitch.